If you just communicate or speak, you can get by. But if you communicate skillfully, you can work miracles. And here at Xavier's, we teach our children to communicate skillfully. A hearty good morning to all our viewers. Today, we at St. Xavier's ICSC are attempting to create history as we conduct the oral communication for grade 5-1 through a virtual platform, the YouTube, for the very first time. You have always been live witnesses for your children's performance for the past 4 years. This time, it is different. In fact, I would say this time it has been a Herculean task to plan, depute, coordinate, execute, and finally compile our collaborated work. You can see the efforts our children have put in. We are aware of how our children miss school and the activities. This pandemic has taken away their privilege to come to school and enjoy their childhood. But we know what school means to them, and thus, as an attempt for the children to relive those days, we give you the oral communication of grade 5-1. Through this event, we aim to train our children to gain confidence to speak in public and express themselves. We are all aware of how important it is today to hone our English public speaking skills. So keeping this in mind, we now begin with the oral communication of grade 5-1. What joy we experience when a baby is born in the family. Seeing the baby grow, a new life grow, is such a delight. Yes, all our lives are precious. It is a gift from God. So let us hear Samruddhi Kadam and Andrea tell us what life means to them as they recite, "Life is a gift."
Life is a gift. Life is an opportunity. Seize the day. Live each day to the fullest. Life is not a project, but a journey to be enjoyed. Life is a gift. Accept it, enjoy it, and be happy with it. Life is a challenge, but challenges can always be overcome. Life is to be lived, not to be dreamed. Life is a wonder if you sit back and be thankful. Life is a decision each of us makes, happy or sad. Life is a time for a new beginning and ending.
Life is a balance. Take time for play, not just work. Life is a joy for those who are optimistic. Life is a bundle of possibilities if you just look for them. Life is meant to do, not to regret. Life is no bed of roses, but life is what you make it. Thank you.
Thank you, children, for showing us what life can be. All our lives are different. We have our ups and downs. There are times of happiness and sadness. Ayushi, Parth, Amarleen, and Shaunak are here to express how each one's life is different as they recite My Life.
My life. Maybe my life isn't always easy, but I love living it anyway. I have a family, a pack of wolves who are always there for me. They love me no matter what I do or say. I found the love of my life. He stands by me and fights on my side. I'm proud to be his friend and his wife. He refuses to let me go into the shadows to hide. I have friends to talk and make fun with. They pick me up when I am down. Make me see true friendship is not a myth. Cheer me up, take me to town. I have a house, safe and secure, a palace to call home, a shelter for whatever I may have to endure, my own personal dome. I have my strength and my courage too, my pride, loving heart and loyalty. Whatever may happen, I will get through and I will enjoy life fully. I have 3 furry creatures I adore. They keep cold out of me, always comforting me when I'm sore. So cute, soft and cuddle.
I have so many things to be grateful for around me, so many things that make me smile and laugh. My life doesn't need to be perfect. I am already happy. The things I have are not enough. Maybe my life isn't always, but I love living it in any way.
Well done, my children. Yes, we are all different and beautiful in our own way. We all have to face life alone. And each one of us defines life in our own words. Each one of us looks at life differently. And we are all right about it. Ayush, Adya and Saurav want to share what according to them is life as they recite Reality of Life.
Reality of life, enormous. Life isn't just full of happiness. It's sunsets, it's love, it's tears. It's the thought of yesterday's memory that can wash away out all the fears. It's the very painful experience that each one of us has had. It's the laughter that fills the air. It's the tears when you are sad.
It's loving that someone special that at one time made you smile. It's the pain of losing that person, but the memories that make it worthwhile. It's the child in every one of us, although in times we'll all be old. It's the good times we will never forget and the memories will always hold.
It's the hug that we all need. When we rather drown in our sorrow, it's the hope in every one of us that makes us hold on for tomorrow. Thank you.
Very beautifully put by these children. Well done, children. Each one of us has a past and look forward towards our future. But what is actually in our hands is our present. Hence, Anshul, Elizabeth, Vivan and Sayami want to tell us how to handle our present instead of our past and the future. So sit back and enjoy.
Past, Present, Future by Ju Ken. Our past we can't recapture. It's over, it's done. No way to recover time. All those days are gone. No amount of coloring, painting with brighter hue can change the way things happen. No way to make it true.
No use fretting over, regretting bygone days. No need to get entangled in memories' purple haze, or caught up in unraveling, or of hoping we could. Things that didn't go the way that we should want them.
The future is uncertain. No way for us to see what tomorrow is holding for you or for me. Now is what's obtainable. There's moments here to share. The future comes so quickly, unseen but waiting there.
Seize the present moment. Grab it all contained. Our future are elusive. Past we cannot change. Past is history. Future another mystery. Present is today. So take time to live and pray. Thank you.
What a lesson given by our children. Thank you, my little ones. Yes, we all desire the best things in life and whine if we don't get them. We tend to envy people who are in a better situation than us. But we never notice those people who are less than us and are yet cheerful and grateful. Here we have Sharayu and Vrunda reciting "Forgive me when I whine" as they teach us to be satisfied with what we have in life.
God, forgive me when I whine. Today upon a bus, I saw a lovely girl with golden hair. I envied her. She seemed so gay. I wished I was so fair. When suddenly she rose to live, she hobbled down the aisle. She had one leg and wore a crutch. But as she passed a smile, "Oh God, forgive me when I whine. I have two legs, the world is mine." I stopped to buy some candy. The lad who sold it had such charm. I talked with him. He seemed so glad. If I would be late, it would do no harm. But as I left, he said to me, "I thank you. You have been so kind with me. It's nice to talk with folks like you. You see," he said, "I'm blind. Oh God, forgive me when I whine. I have two eyes. The world is mine."
Later, while walking down the street, I saw a child with eyes of blue. He stood and watched the others play. He don't know what to do. I stopped a moment and then I said, "Why don't you join the others, dear?" He looked ahead without any word and then I knew he couldn't hear. Oh God, forgive me when I whine. I have 2 ears. The world is mine. With feet to take me where I go, with eyes to see the sunset glow, with ear to hear what I would know. Oh God, forgive me when I whine. I am blessed indeed. The world is mine. Thank you.
Thank you, girls. And we will try to implement your advice in our lives. We all love the story of Red Riding Hood, but Sampada, Insia, Arshit and Shripad have scrutinized this story and have some other observations made. So let us hear them as they recite excerpt to tell us what they feel about the story.
Excerpt by Roald Dahl. The famous Little Wicked Tale should never be put on sale. It is a mystery to me why loving parents can't see that this is actually a book of the brazen little crook. Now just imagine how would you feel if you had cooked a lovely meal. Delicious porridge steaming hot, fresh coffee in the coffee pot with maybe toast and marmalade, the table beautifully laid. One place for you and one for dad, another for your little lad. Then dad cries, "Golly gosh, gee whiz, oh crepes, how hot this porridge is. Let's take a walk along the street until it's cool enough to eat." He adds, "An early morning stroll is good for people on the whole. It makes your appetite improve and also help your bowels move. No proper wife would dare to question. What a sensible suggestion. Above all, not at breakfast time, when men are seldom at their prime. No sooner are you down the road than Goldilocks, that little toad, that nosy thieving little louse, comes sneaking to your empty house."
Here comes the next catastrophe. Most educated people choose to rid themselves from socks and shoes before they clamber into bed. But Goldie didn't give a shred. Her filthy shoes were thick with grime and mud and mush and slush and slime. Worse still, upon the heel of one was something that a dog had done. I say once more, what would you think if all this horrid dirt and stink it smeared upon your eider down by this revolting little clown? This famous story has no clues to show that the girl removed her shoes.
Oh, what a tale of crime on crime! Let's check it for a second time. Crime 1. The prosecution's case. She breaks and enters someone's place. Crime 2. The prosecutor notes. She steals a bowl of porridge oats. Crime 3. She breaks a precious chair that belongs to the baby bear. Crime 4. She smears each spotlet sheet with filthy messes from her feet. A judge would say without a blink, 10 years hard labor in the clink. But in the book, as you will see, the little beast gets off scot-free, while the tiny children near and far shout, "Goody good! Hooray! Hurrah!" Poor darling Goldilocks, they say. Thank goodness that she got away. Myself, I think I'd rather send young Goldie to a sticky end. "Oh, Daddy," cried the baby bear, "my porridge is gone. It isn't fair." "Then go upstairs," the big bear said. "Your porridge is lying upon the bed. As it's inside, Mademoiselle, you have to eat her up as well." Thank you.
Oh my, We never saw the other side of the story. Thank you, children, for showing us the flip side of it. Sarojini Naidu is known as the Nightingale of India. Her poetry was considered to be a lamp during the struggle of independence. Here we have Shasva and Tanishka to recite one of her famous poems, Song of a Dream.
Song of a Dream by Sarojini Naidu. Once in the dream of a night, I stood lone in the light of magical wood, so deep in vision that poppy like sprang, and the spirit of truth were the birds that sang, and the spirit of love were the stars that glowed, and the spirit of peace were the streams that flowed. In that magical wood, in the land of sleep.
Alone in the lights of that magical grove, I felt the stars of the spirit of love gather and gleam around my delicate youth, and I heard the song of the spirit of truth. To quench my longing, I bend me low by the streams of the spirits of peace that flow in that magical world in the land of sleep. Thank you.
Beautiful children, here we come to the end of the poetry recitation and go on to your speeches of great personalities whose contributions are recorded in history. The British Bulldog, Sir Winston Churchill, was a very strong personality and fought against the Russians during the Second World War. His speeches would move the people and have a lasting impact on them. Shreyans and Shreyas are here to give us a glimpse of one of his speeches.
We shall go to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with a growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight on the fields and in the streets. We shall fight on the hills. We shall never surrender.
Then came the crucial final line, which is often forgotten amidst the cries to battles on beaches and streets. And even if, which I do not for a moment believe, this island or a large part of it was subjugated and starving, then our empire beyond the seas would carry on struggle until the God's good time. The new world with all its power and might steps forth to rescue, to the liberation of the old. Thank you.
Wonderful boys, well delivered. We all know the father of our nation. Yes, Mahatma Gandhi. But can anyone guess who is considered as the father of South Africa? Yes, it is none other than the late Mr. Nelson Mandela. And he was famously known as Madiba, meaning father of the nation. Aryan Kane, Augustine, Liam and Vian will deliver his famous speech, I am prepared to die.
I have been influenced in my thinking by the both West and
For a political formula, I should be absolutely impartial and objective. I should tie myself to no particular system of society other than that of socialism. I must leave myself free to borrow the best from the West and from the East. South Africa is the richest country in Africa and could be one of the richest countries in the world. But it is a land of extremes and remarkable contrasts. The whites enjoy what may well be the highest standard of living in the world, whilst Africans live in poverty and in misery.
The complaint of the Africans, however, is not only that they are poor and whites are rich, but the laws which are made by the whites is designed to preserve the situation. There are two ways to break out of poverty. The first one is by formal education and the second one is by a worker acquiring greater skills at his work and thus higher wages. As far as Africans are concerned, both the avenues of advancement are deliberately curtailed by legislation. The lack of human dignity experienced by Africans is the direct result of the policy of white supremacy. White supremacy implies black inferiority. Legislation designed to preserve white supremacy entrenched this notion. Menial tasks in South Africa are invariably performed by Africans.
The only cure is to alter the conditions under which the Africans are forced to live and to meet their legitimate grievances. Africans want to be paid a living wage. Africans want to perform work which they are capable of doing and not work which the government declares them to be capable of. Above all, my Lord, we want equal political rights because without them our disabilities will be permanent. I know this sounds revolutionary to the whites in this country because the majority of voters will be Africans. This makes the white man fear democracy.
During my lifetime, I have dedicated my life to the struggle of the African people. I have fought against the white domination and I have fought against the black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic free society where all will live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal for which I hope to live and to see realized. But, my Lord, if it's need be, it is an ideal for which I prepare to die. Thank you.
What a powerful personality! And he changed the lives of many Africans. Well done, boys. We have many heroic personalities in our Indian history too. One such is the Rani of Jhansi. Yes, you guessed it right. It is Rani Lakshmibai. There are no specific evidences of her speeches in history, but there are many articles describing her heroism. and Bhakti will give us a brief description about her. And to know more about Rani Lakshmi Bai, Pavitra will recite the Bundela folk song written for the Rani of Jhansi.
Rani Lakshmi Bai, the Queen of Jhansi, was fairly against the British. She was a hero of the First War of Indian independence. She was very brave and fought several battles against the British. She was just 22 years old when she died fighting in a battle. We remember her for her patriotism, bravery and courage. Thank you.
Bundela folk song on Rani Lakshmi Bai. How valiant like a man fought she, the Rani of Jhansi. On every parapet a gun she set, rained fires of hell. How well like a man she fought, she, the Rani of Jhansi. How valiantly and well. How valiant like a man fought she, the Rani of Jhansi. On every parapet a gun she set, rained fires of hell. How well like a man she fought, she, the Rani of Jhansi. How valiantly and well. Thank you.
What a warrior! And it is said that the British were impressed with the way she defended her land. The first female Prime Minister of our country, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, has been a great influence. We have heard many stories about her. We also know the way she was killed. But the speech she gave a day before her assassination has had a deep impact on the people of India. So let us hear Bhumi as she delivers Indira Gandhi's last speech before her assassination.
I am here today. I may not be here tomorrow, but the responsibility to look after national interest is on the shoulder of every citizen of India. I have often mentioned this earlier. Nobody knows how many attempts have been made to shoot me. Lathis have been used to beat me. In Bhubaneswar itself, a brickbat hit me. They have attacked me in every possible manner. I do not care whether I live or die. I have lived a long life and I am proud that I spent my whole of my life in service of my people. I am proud of this and nothing else. I shall continue to serve until my last breath. When I die, I shall say that every drop of my blood will invigorate India and strengthen it. Thank you.
Very well delivered, Bhumi. When we talk about selfless love, we think of only one person who gave up her life for the upliftment of the downtrodden, and that is none other than Mother Teresa. Here comes Kartiki to give us the message of love in the words of Mother Teresa.
Message of love. The poor are great people. The poor do not need our sympathy and our pity. The poor
need our love and compassion. They give us much more than we give them. During a terrible time when millions of refugees fled to India, we asked for help, and many volunteers came and spent some months with us, just loving, serving, giving tender love and care to our people. On their departure, they said they had received much more than they had given. In Calcutta, some time ago, we went out at night and picked 4 or 5 people from the street and took them to our home for the dying. One of them was in a very bad condition, and I wanted to take care of her myself. I did for her all that my love could do. When I put her into bed, she took hold of my hand, and there was such a wonderful smile on her face. She said one word, "Thank you," and died. She had given me much more than I gave her. She gave me her grateful heart, and I thought, what would have done in her place? My answer was, I would have tried to draw some attention to myself. I would have said, I'm hungry, or I'm cold, or I'm dying. But she was so great. She was so beautiful in her giving. The poor are great people. Thank you.
I hope you all enjoyed the performances. I now request our dear headmistress to kindly say a few words expressing her feelings on this oral communication.
Communication is one of the most important skills required for a successful life. The ability to communicate is a beautiful gift which we nurture your child by conducting the oral communication from time to time. Since physical classroom is not possible, we have decided to have a virtual oral communication, and really we have received overwhelming response. Dear students, I am really impressed by your speeches and poems and how confidently you have delivered them with correct expressions and voice modulation. I was so delighted to see you in school uniform. I feel as if you were in the school. Dear parents, without your support and guidance, we wouldn't have been able to put up such a fabulous event. May God keep you in good health, and please do keep supporting us. The credit goes to Tr.Sweta, who has worked tirelessly in bringing out the best in each child, and Teacher Priscilla, who put all the videos together. I would like to acknowledge Teacher Cecilia, teacher educator, for her expertise and guidance.
Thank you, ma'am. How can we forget the man who has always been our inspiration and driving force? And yes, he is none other than our manager, Reverend Father Dionysius Lobo S.J. I now request him to address us.
Today's event was like a dream come true. Time is precious. 2 months of this present academic year have just whizzed by, and there was a felt need to make the very best of the time at hand. Thanks to the ever-ready and adventurous spirit of our teachers, this extremely important event could see the light of day. Parents, your support and encouragement enabled our children to give the event their best shot. Children, how proud I felt when I saw each one of you speak with zest and enthusiasm. Believe it or not, by the end of the program, I felt as if I was on cloud 9. Teachers, a very big thank you to you and your headmistress. Yours was a Herculean venture, a formidable and arduous task, and you accomplished it with aplomb. Congratulations. May we all continue to pull our energies together to build a better, a stronger, and a creative nation. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Thank you, Father. With this, we come to the end of our oral communication. I would like to thank our manager, Reverend Father Dionysius Lobo S.J., for his constant motivation and support to make this event a grand success. We thank our headmistress, Mrs. Lina Salvia, for her never-failing guidance throughout the preparation of this event. Our heartfelt gratitude to our teacher-educator, Miss Cecilia Coelho, whose never-ceasing expertise has brought the best out of us. We are thankful to the support staff for making all the necessary arrangements. Most of all, we thank all our parents who went out of their way to support us to make this show a thumping success. And how can we forget our dear children? Thank you, children. Without your efforts and hard work, we would not be able to enjoy such a spectacular event. May God bless you all. Have a fantastic day.